This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I'm here with the owner and founder of St. Vrain Jam, Wendy Gray. Let me ask you, Wendy, brand new for 2012. What got you involved in this idea here? It sounds like possibly a family necessity and you had to go about it.
My husband was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and we tried to do the right things and buy the stuff at the stores, but it didn't taste good, so he wouldn't eat it. So I had to figure out some way to make it taste good, and he'd still be able to get some sweets.
Wonderful. Let me ask you this. You're absolutely right. Not only are diabetics in necessity of having to cut down on sugar, but quite honestly, any more people are trying to shy away from it in general. And so let me ask you, we go out there to the store, we look at these things that say no sugar added or no sugar, and quite honestly, it's not too pleasing on the palate. Is that what you're hearing from a lot of folks as well?
Yes, it seems like a lot of the jams or jellies out there are actually using flavorings and not using the fruits. And my first ingredient is always the fruit.
Wonderful. Let me ask you this. Obviously, it was the secret ingredient that your grandmother had that helped you sweeten this up a little bit. Tell us what that sweetener is.
I use an all-natural sweetener called xylitol. It was founded in Finland during World War II during the sugar shortages, and it's been used in Europe extensively since then. It ends up being a one-on-one conversion for sugar, so I can use my grandma's recipes and still get the right flavor.
We're talking about a natural sweetener here, something that is produced naturally, not only outside, but in our body as well.
Yes, it is. The average adult human makes 10 to 15 grams of xylitol in their system every day.
Let me ask you, what does that do for the consistency of the jam? Does it actually help you create something that's something we're used to eating off of the shelf, but it tastes great?
Yeah, because it's the one-on-one conversion, it still allows me to get that same consistency of a store-bought jam.
Wonderful. Let me ask you, you're out here directly with the consumers, so this has got to be a learning experience for you because you get to hear firsthand what people really think about it. What are they saying? What are the responses?
Everybody's been really, really positive. They all immediately think of who they could give it to. I thought I'd be doing mostly the traditional flavors, but they all seem to like some of my offbeat things too.
Speaking of offbeat things, quite honestly, that was the thing that attracted us to you, is the fact that it looks like you're not going with the basic jams. You're going to be famous for your combinations, combining some cool things together. Tell me some of your favorite combinations.
The raspberry mango is probably my favorite combination. I used it for the base of my cranberry relish last year, but I also make plum papaya. I do the strawberry or blackberry rhubarb. And the pomegranate habanero is probably one of my biggest sellers.
Wonderful. Pomegranate habanero?
Yeah, it's this beautiful red color that looks perfect to go over a block of cream cheese as a really fast and beautiful appetizer this time of year.
I've never bit into a pomegranate that actually had a spice to it.
It's even better with the spice.
I love it. Let me ask you this. I notice you have some great gift packs available as well. Are these available year-round for folks on your website?
They will be. As soon as the shows are over, I made sure that they were in a color that would work for any season, and they're all full of Colorado and natural products.
Wonderful. Let me ask you, Wendy, the common approach for jam obviously is putting it on your toast and whatnot. Tell me, what are some of the other fun things that you've been able to do?
We use my jam extensively in our meat marinades. The blackberry rhubarb is fabulous on chicken, and all of my plum flavors have gone really well with pork. But somebody's actually suggested peach jalapeno for my pork as well. Yeah.
Interesting. Let me ask you this. You're going to be coming up with some great recipes down the line. If they like you on the Facebook page, are you going to be sharing some of these things?
I would be happy to put up a recipe page on my Facebook.
You got it. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is the website right there. That is stvrainjam.com. And if you go on there, you're going to get a good idea of some of the products they have available. Keep in mind, though, it's a brand new company, so we're talking about she's in the kitchen, always coming up with something new. You never know, trying it out on the husband and making sure it's tasty and good. Let me ask you, what do the folks out there need to know about doing business with you, and is it a very small personal company?
It's very small personal. I'm now the chief cook, bottle washer, marketing guru. It's me.
It's you. Fantastic. So what basically started out as a necessity in your household, you're now able to share with others just as well. And not only that, but folks who don't want that sugar intake have an alternative they can turn to. Speaking of the sugar intake, you're really limiting it down to the flavor of that jam. Very little is what you're saying.
All of my jams come in at 1 gram of sugar or less, and they all come in at 40 calories or less, and that's a tablespoon. That's the same serving size as any other jam on the market.
So real low glycemic index.
Right. It doesn't allow the sugars in the system to spike or to drop.
Wonderful. I love it. Folks, take a look right there. Once again, bottom of the screen there. Quite honestly, if you have a situation where you have to cut down on that sugar, don't say goodbye to great taste, because quite honestly, you can get it right here in the jam from grandma's favorite recipes, and we put some sweetener in there for you that is going to do great for your body as well. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.